Welcome back to Pisces TV. We are about to get started with your reading. Sorry, that was kind of loud, wasn't it? Okay, so I didn't do the sound waves today. It's just going to be my nasal, airy voice. I do hope all is well. This is our star seed. See, that's why I be playing music. It's too early for that. I guess Spirit thinks that I'm nasally, and that's fine. Okay? Our Starseed Collective message. We are now into May. And I just want to say, I felt attacked, right? I shuffle a lot of cards. I rarely, do readings for myself. I never. Okay, I was being modest. I don't. Because I read for so many. And we're on the same planet, sometimes the same continent, same city, same state, child. Some of us all millennials, Starseed Collective, etc. But when the cards came out, I saw this and it hit me. I was ready to go. I shuffled out some of the Starseed Oracle cards and looked over it, and how I connected to it was kind of funny. So I'll wait to the end so that I don't taint your intuitive message or whatnot. And we'll go ahead and get started. The first card that was shuffled out, you got 1111. It says answered prayer. Answered prayer all the way around. So it's short and sweet. Ain't nothing else. So I may even use that for the caption or the thumbnail. But you have answered prayer. And the reason why I was spinning it is because these cards come with a message, and it's like a one or two sentences, and you have to do like this to read them. But this was plain and simple answered prayer. I love that, because that is the wish fulfillment. Maybe this was the call, and this is it being heard. For a lot of you, it has to do with your collective. You may have ties to the Arcturians. It may be something that they're doing collectively for the planet. But I feel like Pisces, the constellation, or some of you listening to this video may have a connection to the Arcturians, which is so dope. Others of you, there may be a connection to Horus energy, as we see the hawks right here. And I think that has you can look into it, the Star Brothers, and I'll read you a little bit about that. Some of you, where it talks about the breath of the cosmos, to me, that's kind of like the Holy Spirit. Or if not the Holy Spirit, the breath of life. It doesn't have to be. We're going to go over the interpretation of the cards. But when I see or hear breath, I think of life. Like we all have to breathe. If it wasn't oxygen on this planet, I don't think we would be here. And I think the oxygen also has to do something, or the life has to do something with the water, because we're allegedly the only planet with water. The humans are made mostly of water, and the earth is also almost the same percentage, mirroring a human as far as like the water. At the bottom of the deck, we have the golden children. That made me think of the chosen ones. I hear a lot about the divine child, but this is a little bit different. These are the golden children. So some of you, where it comes to like past life energy, or again, your collective, that could resonate with you. And here it is: inner child, tenderness, innocence, and rare gifts, where we talk about gifts, and also the inner child. The star is sitting here in the center of the reading. So now I'm like curious to where we are going to go. And this is why I feel attacked. So it is surrender to the sweetness, Venus energy. If you watched either the 5/5 portal twin flame reading, or the singles or love reading for Pisces, Venus was there. And sweetness was there. Sweetness came up in the finance reading. Venus came up in the collective general reading, if I'm not mistaken. So check the community board. I am trying to get all of the videos loaded today, so you'll have them for the week, because I have more videos to do for you. And then to catch up on the transits, which there aren't many. So I've been kind of like relaxed on the horoscope, but got to catch that up, okay? Especially from a star seed. So the first card that came out was the Ace of Swords. All right. It does talk about the truth. It talks about communication. Some of you may be writers. Others of you, this is that protection that you may have, and a reminder in this sweetness of life to indulge in that. If you have any worries or any doubts, to just visualize when you felt protected, to visualize when you felt safe. And I have the impression that there could be some that say, well, I can't visualize that because I've never felt it, or it was so long ago, or. And I get that because the void came out with the Star Brother, and that made me feel the energy of, I think it was the Mary L. Tarot, where the Five of Pentacles had what appeared to be, just a minimalist, kind of like outside. And it wasn't really in despair, but it showed the void in the heart. Okay, so sometimes that could point to just out in the cold, being chosen, being a golden child, a star seed, just being different, having differences in beliefs, or your belief system shifting could be something that happens within the environment. Aquarius energy is here. We've also had Capricorn and Virgo came to mind. So keep that into your mental, as well as Aquarius. Or I think I already said that. So communication and with spirit could be important. That had come up in some of the Pisces readings. And it also talks about some of you leveling up and graduating, whether it be a year from now. It's different for all of you, but there's some mastery and some completion, especially to, possibly my jack of all trades. Instead of mastering none, it's a master of many, right? So that's where we have with the Ace of Swords, where there could be a new perspective for some of us. Now, the center of the reading, you have Aquarius. You have the star. Some of you, that could be fame and fortune, your gifts and your abilities. And this void here, okay, with trust and safety and loyalty, is just saying that you have the capacity to do it. You have the aspirations. And for some of you, it's just about articulating that. It's taking this sword and being brave toward that. Some of you may be here to help others and teach others. If you choose not to, indulge in the fame or the activities yourself, if you don't like the attention or whatever, or just feel this is where you are in life, you still have something to do within that realm of your gift or your ability, even if it's in teaching. Okay. Now, pouring the water out. I love that. And this is a starseed reading, so I can be myself. I looked at the star card today, actually, and I noticed that, to me, it appeared to be this lady that I'm always talking about on the world card that is whole and complete. The red-haired, long-haired lady. Then she reminded me of the lady walking in the strength card with the lion, right? And it's speculation that the lion does represent eternity and is an element that is outside of us. So where we talk about the Lionsgate portal, right? And this symbol and this communication and these stars and you getting some sort of information that could be significant also. Okay. If you kept up with wherever I went with that. I love the antlers, the star, and the eternity symbol, like having the same energy, where we have the colors or the chakras, and it talks about an alignment. So something in fate, right, is destined, right? It always has been. That's fate. That's just what it is. Some of you may want change. You may be rebelling against that and choosing destiny. Destiny has some of your input in it. Okay, I can't say all. But it's what's fated and what was written and how it was supposed to be, and or now your input, your hopes, your wishes, your dreams are doing it your way. Okay. And then we have the bridge to how we get this fate versus this destiny energy. The bridge card came out as the Father of Pentacles. And the Father of Pentacles being the bridge just gave me a lot of the energy of the archetype because it is a court card. So it's practical. of course, we've mastered kind of like doing what makes sense, and our skills and our abilities in that Eight of Pentacles, we've worked on it. And that I don't want to say savage mode because that's like more in the wands, but that frugalness, or that Four of Pentacles, the possessions and savings and the accounts, or being accountable, our partners and how we choose to mate moving forward. Some of you, it's like, I didn't come here to talk about that, but it may be a thing. This is the bridge. What we've learned and applying that knowledge is the bridge for you to take fate and destiny and have somewhat of a choice in how something plays out. I think that that's dope. When I see the Father of Pentacles, especially surrounded by the Starseed cards, it gives me like the Ascended Masters, okay? Like someone who has come and has been a divine being that has graced this planet, because Michael has the sword. Then we have, the Christ concept, and I throw in Nipsey, and y'all can add whoever y'all feel like. Some old school people say Tupac, but I wouldn't say all that. Like Tupac may have some significance, but I ain't hear no seals break, when he left. So anyway, my point is there may be a connection to you. The bridge actually is either something you've mastered in a past life, and this return, you should be able to activate maybe the Octurians, the Golden Children, the Horus energy, is going to help, okay, through communication, guidance, or clarity and answering a call, which is like judgment, but the judgment card didn't come out to like spook us, right? Because there's an angel or a star in the judgment card. There's some discernment, truth, or air energy in there, some thought, a process of some sort. And then we have what comes of it, how it affects you, right? So where I was going with the Father of Pentacles is just like a divine being. All three of these cards could have come out to represent a divine being or divine beings, okay? You all could be, or we're referring to the higher ups. But the shuffle that I chose, the 3-card spread, represents, like I said, fate, destiny, and the bridge. And I love that the bridge, being the Father of Pentacles, is the last court card when you go through the suits, and it talks about mastering, especially if you're trying to get to Emperor, or, be a CEO, your own boss, the head of household even, or be a better partner, just mastering life, mastering something in life. This is a very amazing character or archetype to be in, and a lot of organizations even use the elk and the deer when it comes to like Freemasonry and the degrees of Masonry, because 32 came to mind. Christ had the 33, right? And then so on and so forth. Okay. So I think that that's very dope. And then you have the 1111. Even though I know the Lionsgate portal is like August, I don't know why I used to put like 1111 with the Lionsgate portal. And I feel that it may have something to do with wish fulfillment. Not that you'll be waiting to August for this, because I set the intentions on the present or the near future, but the readings are timeless. Okay. So whatever the case might be. Now, the Starseed cards that came out for you guys, the first one is the Breath of the Cosmos, which is one of my favorites because I just like the breath. It's ancient. It's nothing. It's no name. It is what it is, and it's very important and significant. And I think that that's super dope. In this particular guidebook, the Breath of the Cosmos, asking us to not micromanage the universe, was hilarious. This is where I feel attacked because of some of the thoughts I had when I was shuffling out the cards because of this one, right? It was here, and then a cute little thing that I said in my head, and then the card came out, so I thought that was kind of funny. I don't think that I'm a micromanager, and I'm not saying you are either, Pisces, but somebody is, because Spirit wouldn't have put it on the table, okay? So, when we rely only on our own will, we're micromanaging the universe and resisting the natural flow of life. We're not trusting the mysterious breath of life. We're rejecting the great cosmic intelligence. Okay, we don't want to do that. When we do this, we find ourselves attempting to bend things to our will. We spend our time forging, pushing, and living from a space of trying to. And see, I felt that. That's why I said not being a jack of all trades, but a master of many. That was so cool. And it is kind of like significant to that. Everyone around us can feel it, and the universe can too. So just be mindful in the environment, okay? Could be when it comes to a child, it may involve a student, a teacher and a student, or a child and a guardian. So keep that in mind for your everyday lives or a practical matter that could be happening. But on a grander scale, there's also just the breath of the cosmos is stating trust, okay? Surrender to the greater will of life. You begin dancing with the rest of life when you bow to the great mystery. And see, that's also even connecting to how fate is right here. Because what you gonna do to fate? Whether it's the folklore of the three sisters or God wrote it himself or told Moses to, whatever, what you gonna do about that, right? And if you make your living experience uncomfortable because of something that existed somewhere in a book, in a scroll, in a scrobe, in a thought, way before you even manifested onto this plane, it may not be the best option. I say that, okay? You can react how you want to, but it may not be the best one if there are others in the environment, okay? So it says you're being called to stop micromanaging the universe and trust the breath of life, to surrender the greater will that God has for you, to move from my will to thy will. Okay, so she probably is a Christian. Something out there. For all my star seeds that are not religious, but maybe spiritual, that is respected, and all of my spiritual beings, religious beings, we respect you too. All right. Now, the next cards, I'll say cards that came out, was Star Brother and Void. Okay. And I'm going to get to that point before I forget, because I probably forget. But I'm going to tell you after I read it. Okay. So Star Brothers, again, Horus energy, protection, loyalty, safety, trust. You're more protected than you can imagine. See, some of us micromanaging because we don't even really trust here. Okay. We don't. I'm not going to lie. Personal space, privacy, independence, whatever you are, because I have an Aquarius moon. Okay. Aquarius moon people could have certain personalities, especially when it comes to others, relationships, so on and so forth. And it's just how you are, right? But if how you are is out of balance, and the cards are shuffled out to say, hey, bring it back in or trust, then cool. All right. And I just want to assure any of you that are new here to Pisces TV that I do not project. I have a lot of air in my chart and I'm very nonchalant. I won't say that I don't care, but me and Spirit are super close. And I have been through so many experiences. I think at some point I've lost it. And you just don't even care anymore. But not in a negative way. Just in a, how much of my life do you think the same things are going to scare me? You know, how many times does this have to happen for me to care? You know what I mean? So I just wanted to say that because I do hear some readers say that sometimes, or people put it in the comments, this is for you, or you're projecting. And it's like, I never thought that. Like, I would have never typed that to a reader unless they seemed super biased. But I don't think like that. And maybe you don't either, and that's cool. But I just wanted you all to know that, especially those of you new here that may not know me, because of whatever personal perspective I share with you, like at the end of the video, that you're going to see has nothing to do really with the message. So focus on the message. Another thing that comes to me when I think about brothers and protection, I know that there are some cultures that have certain traditions when it comes to relationships, whether it's favorable or not. And there could be some distance in between the counterparts, because I've been online. Okay, I learned this online, not in my personal life, not even in real life, but it's okay. It's out there where I see, like, depending on their ethnicity or culture, traditions and background, they have this thing that separates them. And I think the bridge would talk about a practical person who's supportive and they've mastered themselves, and they have a connection to spirit and so on and so forth. That is probably why I haven't seen or experienced some of the things that I hear on social media, because I aim for that. I focus on that, and I have that as far as like guidance, and my expectations if I were to share my life with a person, and da 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 da. But there's a demographic of people who say, well, you are this way, and they, in my observation, are that way because of other things that aren't given credit. It's like you're not giving them credit for why they're that way. And then in the reverse, I have to give the same respect to the finger pointer and say, well, maybe they're that way because of something too. And then at the end of the day, I'm just like, okay, y'all all deserve each other because everybody crazy. Okay. But that's what I think about the Star Brothers being protective, on a personal, intimate thing. For my star seeds, what just came to mind, and thank you, because I'm long-winded, Spirit just cut me off and said, well, there's the void, like with the moon, the what is it, you know what I mean, there's this void thing where it's not good or bad, it's just a period of it won't count against you. And I think that that's super dope. So there could be something that you guys are trying, wishing for, learning about, doing, aspiring to do, and it's like you can't go wrong. There's this protection, and you probably don't know, but in a past life you've even done it before. So I think that that's super dope. So Spirit just put that in my ear. It's like, it's not about relationships and actual men, but it says Star Brother, because these guys be like, I ain't protecting somebody who won't let me open their doors and who hyper independent. And I'm just like, well, with the absence of men, some cultures of women have just risen to the occasion. And from what I'm seeing in social media, mostly, not in life, they're getting, crucified for that. So I'm just like, it's, if you were just intelligent enough, and if you comprehend, and I like to focus on the chain of events or the root cause of the matter, everybody could be fair. So in fairness, I would say that some of those men also had a void in leadership. This is why they ask what they ask. So that's what I got there. But the brothers, okay, for my star seeds in this reading, are guiding you to stay open to receiving greater levels of support than you can ever imagine. And I want to just say I am on board with this because I just watched, I think, Sasha this morning. And Sasha videos be long, and Sasha be so excited. I'll sit through what I can sit through. But I did hear for Pisces that there could be, excuse me, and my cards were actually shuffled out before I watched that video, so everybody be cool. I took a break and let my phone charge up and came back. So anyway, there's something bigger than you can imagine, he said, for Pisces this month. And I thought that was cool too. I don't know when. So if y'all like him, check him out. Or hopefully he sends some of his people over here too, because I'm always shouting out people that I like for free. I don't even know them, but I just watch their channel. So anyway, that's what the brothers are doing. Okay. They want you to have a new experience of life on this earth. I'm all for that. Because if you're anything like me, Pisces, we get comfortable and sometimes could fall in a loop like that because there's no new experience if we're so loyal and committed to certain perspectives or people. Where does the new experiences come from if nothing changes within those demographics that we're being loyal to, right? So I think that that's dope. Now for the void to come, I didn't grasp that initially. I thought about the void like in the heart. I thought about the void as in the nothingness and where our creation came from. And then intuitively, while doing the reading with you now, I remembered like the void of curse. That's what it's called, the moon phase. It could be an Aquarius moon. It doesn't have to be. But the void says stop and embrace winter. Oh my God, I was spot on, because winter is also connected with the Five of Pentacles. So the great cosmic wound. So here you have the breath of the cosmos, and now we have the cosmic wound. So the breath of life that creates what could be life, or is life. And then the womb is where something physical usually takes form, right? So that's kind of cool. The fertile darkness where all things originate and all seeds grow, comforting and intimidating at the same time, freeing and daunting. Now, something that I get intuitively right now gives me the Empress energy on how someone who's nurturing, loving, and giving and focused and very detailed and organized and getting it all right could also, what do you call it? When you, like if it was a parent, a hovering parent type, where you restrict them, you think you're protecting them and guiding them or whatever. And I don't know. I was going to say, I don't think it's the case, but reading this made me think of that. When it says comforting and intimidating, that sounds like the duality sometimes that we can get from the Empress or the Emperor as parents. And then we do have the star here. So freeing and daunting. It can feel both overwhelmingly small and huge. The void is where faith lies. So some of us, it's just about hope, wish, dream. Have faith, trust. You are protected. The message of the void is to, like the other card, surrender to the unknown. You have surrendered to the mysteries, surrender to the unknown. I think that is super dope. To allow the fertile darkness of nothingness to nourish the new seeds that are growing. Okay? Regardless of whether you know that, when that day will become, you are being called, you're being called to surrender to the mystery of what's next. That could be in a relationship, a business, life, today, tomorrow, in general. Okay? To rest and to allow the winter of your life to do the work for you, to hand over your control and trust. And just because you can't see what's happening beneath the surface, it doesn't mean things aren't at work, baby. So do that. I love that. The void often surfaces at the end of a chapter or life phase, when we're called to let go of all that we know and identify with. We are in the age of Aquarius. It's the beginning of something, but it took the end of something else, right? For some of you, check your natal charts. And like I said, make sure you hit the notification bell and you guys subscribe, because we will be talking about transits and some of these 231 year, 5 year, 7 year, 12 year transits and loopholes that we may have the capacity to jump out of if we're aware of it. However, when this card appears, it's a sure sign that the most productive thing to do is relinquish control and surrender to the changing mysteries in your life. So that is very important for this message. And then you have deep cellular healing, which when it came out, of course, I felt I understood that because of my connection to the breath of life, which enters you and does things through you that changes you on an alchemical level or a cellular level. I also firmly believe that starseeds, somebody's, y'all want to call them aliens or whatever, they have the capacity to do that for chosen ones, everyone, or this planet. They're super cool. And they do things that medicine I have not seen do, and or therapy don't do it like that. And I say that all the time. I help people because I'm being guided and groomed to do so. But I'm dead honest and super transparent when I say the changes and the miraculous things that I have accomplished, especially when I started this particular journey. If I didn't have that light body activation or spirit with me and Metatron and Nipsey or whoever, I don't know. I just can say, I don't know, baby, because it's just a lot. It's your whole life. It's your past life. It's your issues with the parents. It's your mates, your partners. If you've had children with anyone, your exes, your neighborhood, how you look, what you think. It's all that you've become and everything that could have went wrong. And trying to fix that or get over that or live through that or change that. For some, it takes time. Others say, God, child, For me, I'm a realist, but I'm also a hybrid. So I do understand quantum healing, but I'm very practical and realistic, right? And so I'm being brutally honest with you guys when I say a deep cellular healing is something like a transfusion and transmutation, because some therapy coddles you and gets you through. Some medication kind of helps you sustain, but it doesn't fix it. That's why you have to keep taking it. And they don't fix you. That's why you have to keep going. Deep cellular healing, in my opinion, is when your particles are changing. Now, what else can do that? In a not like I've seen it through divine beings, but we have the capacity to. And when I started this channel, I think it was Star Metataro, and I'm a huge supporter and descendant of Metatron, Aquarius, Gabby, all the air, right? I'm still getting details on that, but your thoughts and how it affects the human body, the water, and from a neurological standpoint, and so on and so forth. And by the way, I am not giving professional advice on mental or neurological or no kind of nothing, okay? But I'm saying a deep cellular healing is something like the chemicals in your body changing, the cells in your body changing. And to me, that's, if not alchemy, being graced by a divine being, like when people catch the Holy Ghost and you just have chills from your tiptoe to the top of your head and you got goosebumps. And that happening in a controlled setting through meditation or in whatever. It ain't just no one-off type deal. That does happen. And I don't know if I'm like a chosen golden one or if we all can do it, right? I'm still at the drawing board with that, because I'm like, well, all humans can do this, and it's a conspiracy theory. That's why the higher ups trying to keep it from us, because it's a capacity that all humans have, right? It's my Pisces page of cups coming out. But then realistically, that might not be the case. And then that's why you're here. And we have special readings and communications about star seeds, where some of us may have a capacity that not all of us have. Okay. But deep cellular healing, Arcturus, right? It may be them. It may ain't got nothing to do with you. But the Arcturus energy, physical and emotional healing. Your body knows how to heal. Healing is your natural state. Physical and emotional disharmony can be a reflection of how the world, inner or outer, has been out of alignment. If you're suffering from a mystery or chronic illness, don't allow yourself to think you're done something wrong. So look, somebody here, the mystery may be health or mental. See what I'm saying? There is possibly a mystery. I laughed for a whole nother reason, and see, I almost forgot, but I'm gonna remember to tell y'all about it. But this is someone in the collective possibly wondering what's wrong with them or somebody else. And it's like, relax. Ain't nothing wrong with them, because the cards kind of say you just trying to control the situation. I'm not saying that. I ain't trying to mix it up. Y'all heard it. Y'all sitting here with me, because I ain't even connect them dots until now. It was controlling. It was, forcing, manipulating. And here it's like, trust the mystery. And we back at the mystery. And it's like, well, what's the mystery? And somebody's mystery says chronic illness or some sort of suffering. So I'm going to get off that, because I don't know. Okay. But it says today it's difficult to navigate our health. If this card has made its way to you, you're being called to focus on your healing in practical ways. That's so dope. I am trying to tell you. To be kind and tender to your miraculous body, to give yourself the grounding and care you need, to put your body first, to nourish yourself as you would a newborn baby. Now, don't feel attacked, because I have done natal charts and horoscope readings where this is a collective thing, where certain transits that may have challenges, trines, sextiles, or oppositions, whatever, that some of us may be curious about things. And for some of us, those curiosities may be in the realm of health. It ain't even personal. It's just like, hey, y'all, this is new. And I like to talk about stuff. So Source gave me something to talk about. This new. So let's check it out. Anyway, it says, excuse me, treat yourself with tender care. You may be called to switch things up with your body or your emotional well-being, to call in a team of helpers to support you. And you got the Star Brothers right here, calling in a team. See, first we had call, like answering a call of life. Some of us are doing that. Others of us, it's like call a whatever. You could need to call your child's teacher, okay? Or whatever, in spirit, stepping in, saying that, or you wanting to do that. Make sure you're not overstepping your boundaries with the professional. Child, I don't know. I could just imagine somebody trying to argue with the doctor, okay, or the teacher. But the Octurians are a galactic group of beings who have mastered. Oh my God, this is so cool. A group of beings, okay, that have mastered. Oh, it's like, I'm helping you with this. Can you chill? Jeez, they're cute. See, I like when spirit get cute. And that's what I initially felt when I had a few cards. I was like, I was going to put in the caption, spirit in here tripping, Pisces, get in here. Let's get them. But now you're here and you see where I got that from, and it was hilarious. Anyway, they want you to know that it's possible to feel vibrant in your body and well in your skin, and to have your cells return to effervescence and vitality, to find calmness and contentedness, to have soothed nervous system and a tranquil heart. See, that's where I come in at, because they're my homies, big homies, actually, the big homies. Where we talk about the neurological system and how important it is to activate that heart chakra or focus on it and look into that. Okay. It's also connected to that light body activation. I think, I could be wrong, because my shit was just like piled up. I could have went through a light body activation and a heart activation. I've heard some readings for Pisces this month that talk about the initiation by fire. I know what the fuck that feel like. And I ain't talking about that. But if you're going through that neurological cleansing, that cellular healing, the heart activating, those are things that happen. And from my observation, they don't have to be in that sequence, but they come within that experience or after. That doesn't happen and then you have a shit show, or you might. I know I stand corrected, because I take that back, because I'm like, God, what is going on? You activate all this and connect to all them and still be having practical experiences where the math ain't mathing. And see, I'm a brat. And that's kind of where me saying the attack came from. And I hadn't even read these cards. All I had was this, and not even the guidebook for those. But it made me think of sometimes when I'm alone, and you know how they say there's a wind or like a change or a presence, a darker presence and your vision. And I don't know if many of you remember, but I lost my brother. He was in Aquarius, by the way, in 2019. And I was like, let me find out. He be creeping and snooping around me. And I chuckled a little bit, and I had some flashes of what he would want me to change. And I was like, bullshit, I ain't doing it. It is what it is. I'm standing on it. When it comes to maybe like other family members that I could have had grievances with, that ain't going nowhere, brother. So I was like, and he would be the type to try to do that too, because he's like the only one who could even get through to me to make me consider it. That's how stubborn I am. So I laughed. And then when I was like, okay, so you over there, and you must have enough energy to be here, because not all passed on loved ones can get back into this dimension and get your attention. So I was like, where my $10 million I keep asking for? And that's when I said I feel attacked, because when I thought that thought, the micromanaging card came out like, you spoiled heifer, right? So there's my little story, and I didn't forget. I was like, if my ancestors or, my brother be tapping in, look out. drop a bag for your girl. But that's all, and I hope that it helped.